Hello to all my international and national fans around the world and in my own backyard. Welcome to episode 3.14 of the True Patriotic American Vegan Atheist Life. The episode called Camping with Your Fellow Bears. I'm going to talk a little bit about our camping trip that we just went on. Uh, I'm not gonna have a whole lot of time where I'm talking on the video, like my talking head, like you've seen. This one I'm gonna be talking, and you can watch. So here we are setting up camp. You can kind of see I got it in super speed, but we had to go to a different place than we originally planned because of the fire bans. We looked at the Colorado Emergency website that had no fire restrictions listed for the place we were planning on going, and it ended up being fire restrictions in Arapahoe National Forest. So we went to Routt National Forest, called the ranger there, and they said no fire restrictions. So one of the best parts of camping, having the fire, we were able to do that. Next best part of camping is no news. So I wasn't able to watch any news or look at Facebook and see all the crazy things that POTUS is doing. A couple times Kristen showed me a couple little things. One of his nice little quotes. I actually learned something from him. I learned what that holiday Juneteenth is about that I celebrated every year, apparently, because he said I did something good. I made Juneteenth very famous. It's actually an important event, an important time, but nobody had ever heard of it. So nobody's ever heard of this holiday, and he made it famous. Good job, man. I mean, we only celebrated that over and over and over every year, but never heard of it apparently. I think this super speed clip is kind of cool. You can see the sun across. You can see the shade from the mountain to our west moving across our campsite as we're setting it up. Another thing that happened, I tried to use the chainsaw. I've never had a power uh, gas powered chainsaw before, so I got this gas powered chainsaw and I couldn't get it to work. So I went and got another one and got that one to work once, and then couldn't get it to work again, and went back and talked to the guy, and apparently uh, it's real easy to get them flooded. So now I have two chainsaws, but they work good. Both of them work now. Now I have two working chainsaws. So anybody want a working chainsaw, give me a call. I got an extra one. One thing, we picked this campsite because we looked around and there was like uh, up the road there's a uh, campground area, and they had a big dumpster just filled with trash. So we figured, oh, there must not be any bears in the area because they would have had a feast with this dumpster full of trash. There was like trash like heaping over the top of the dumpster. So if there was bears around, they would have certainly got in there and messed with all that trash. But they didn't. They apparently were just waiting for us to set up campsite. So this was one of our fires. Coming up here is going to be the actual clip that I've when we woke up in the morning, hearing the bear messing around on the in the campsite. Right there in that food, we had a little tiny bit of food left out, and apparently that's what attracted him, or maybe he smelled the food that I put on the fire the night before. But here's the actual video from the tent with just a piece of cloth between us and the bear. Here we go.
We should make a lot of noise when it goes away so it doesn't get in the car.
Go away, bear.
Can you take a picture?
Go away, bear. Yeah,
Is it by your car?
it's a video. Get out of here, bear.
Where's the siren?
All right, here we are searching after the bear was in camp. Looks like the teapot's knocked over. I don't know if he did that. I don't see any bear tracks around here. Might have done that though. I don't see anything on the ground. But he was definitely over here at this thing. They always say don't leave any food out. There was no food out. Let's see about the shower. Looks the same. Shower thing hanging up. Everything looks fine. Look at the ground. See if I see any bear. Yeah, we don't ever leave any food out because they can smell stuff from miles away. You can't really see his tracks. There's hard dirt. I'm not a tracker, but you can see he got into this. He messed with the screen. You can see the dishes that I did last night. They're knocked over. Some of them are on the ground. The dish pan might have had some smell in it still. Some of the dishes might have still smelled a little bit. But he got in here. Looks like he came up here and touched this with his claws. And that's what we heard. We heard this stuff falling off. He got up and looks like he came around this way. And when I opened the tent window, I saw him messing with this gas can and biting it. And I looked at it and you can see there's some bite marks in there. And this one's got a hole going all the way through. On this side, bare tooth hole. He bit it. And he started walking over this way. He was looking at me in the tent. He was walking over this way. I started hollering at him. He was looking at me. And then I went and grabbed the car alarm button. And I pushed that button. As soon as I pushed that button, he took off this way. Went up the hill. Pretty crazy. Big bear. Just got from the smell of the dishes that were out here. And for some reason he wanted to eat some gasoline. I don't know. But that's why you never leave any food out. There's some Gaviscon that was left out. But I don't think he was after that. And there's some other lysine in here that was left out. And some Benadryl. Oh, coffee. Sure enough. Maybe that's what he smelled. It's like coffee and tea. There you go. Coffee and tea gets left out. A bear comes and gets you.